Hey y'all, and welcome to another edition of Archeryshack Shoptalk. I'm Jeremy.
I'm TJ.
And we are at podcast number 11. It's hard to believe we've done this many, but thank y'all for watching and listening.
Yep.
We keep getting questions and calls, and actually had some folks come in the shop because they found us that way, so that means it's a good thing, and we'll keep on doing them. But on this podcast, we're going to have a special guest through Skype. And he's not from around here. He might sound a little different.
Yeah, a little bit different.
He's going to be from Vermont, but we'll bring him on in a second when we get the feed going. But we'll talk to him about his deer season and his all his stuff, but it'll be pretty cool. Around here, the rut's really starting to hit. I hear people saying they're chasing and starting to see some big deer getting killed. And matter of fact, when I was coming in this morning, there was a deer in the back of a truck, pretty good sized deer in front of me. So somebody had shot.
I seen one that was hit this morning on the side of the road. I thought it was dead, and it jumped up and was dragging the back end. And
man,
before I started to turn around and do the right thing, but there was a truck pulled over on the side of the road, so I figured that they were either hunting or they was the one that hit it. So yeah. I just kept on trucking.
Yep. But around here it's getting lively, it's starting to cool off a lot, getting down in the 30s and 40s at night and the 50s and 60s during the day, so it's finally cooling off good.
Yep.
And it should be some good stuff coming up. But we got a special guest coming on in a second, and then we may have a few more guests on and off for the rest of the year. It's kind of hard to find people during hunting season because they're hunting. So
yeah,
but we appreciate y'all listening, and shoot us some questions. Again, if you want to send a question in via text, a lot of y'all are doing this. The number is 843-560-9898. You can just send in, hey, talk about this, or what do you think about rage broadheads, or whatever you want to text in is fine. And you can also call that line and leave a voicemail, but I know people really don't want to do that, so you can text it.
Yep.
You can comment on the video on YouTube or whatever if you watch it that way, or of course if you come in the shop we can talk about it and bring it up on the podcast. But let's get to the good stuff, and let's get connected with Shane here. Okie dokie, welcome everybody to the Archershack podcast. We have got a special guest today, Shane Coyle from Ghost 802. What's up, Shane?
What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much. This is our first fancy webcam podcast. Hopefully it works out good. I think it'll be neat.
Oh, we'll get it figured out.
Oh yeah. Who's that you got there with you?
My boy Winston. He's chilling. My mom's making.
What's up, man?
Generation to go see it here.
Oh yeah. What's up, man? Got him a toy.
Oh yeah.
So
occupied.
Tell us a little bit about Ghost 802. Tell everybody everything.
So, Ghost 802 actually it started a few years ago back when my dad and I were trying to kill some time while we were out in the woods hunting, and sending kind of some goofy videos back and forth. And we had a page on YouTube, but the name ended up being a name that you look it up and there's thousands of other videos that didn't end up actually being anything we wanted to try to be. Yeah. So we've been hunting this one deer for the last 5 years now. I think we call it the Ghost. So we thought, you know what, we might as well start Ghost 802. So that's where that all started, and since then we've taken on a few different sponsors. I've had the luxury of working with you guys actually before Ghost 802 when I got into the 3D scene.
Oh yeah.
But since then we've taken on 7 other sponsors, and I've got 5 field staff.
Very cool.
Hunters on our crew.
How many? I know your page has grown, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How can people find? I guess Facebook's the easiest way. Just search for Ghost 802.
Yeah, exactly. You go on Facebook, you just search Ghost 802, and we're normally the first ones that pop up. We have YouTube as well.
Awesome.
Same thing. I've found look up Ghost 802, and we're normally the first. We're trying to film all our hunts and all as a group or by ourselves. And
That's
then
cool.
it gets posted on the Facebook page as well as the YouTube channel.
Very
We're
cool.
working on a website right now because we have a bunch of different merchandise as far as shirts, stickers. We're working on hats now.
That'll be cool. Everybody loves a hat.
We also have and we also of course have our sponsor items.
Very
we
cool.
can try to get those names out there as well.
Let's tell everybody where you're from. I don't know if I mentioned that yet.
Yeah, so we're based out of Vermont up in the Northeast. We're kind of scattered across the whole state. There's kind of a few of us in the center of the state, a few way up north near the Canadian border, and then some down south. We have a member right now she lives in 2 different states. So part of the year she's in Pennsylvania, the other part she's in here in Vermont. She actually helps out on a game preserve down in Pennsylvania, which we sent a couple guys down on for a hunt this past year. If you guys look at the YouTube channel, you'll see the videos from that. They ended up getting a hog and yeah, so our big thing here though is to try to get the youth involved.
Oh yeah.
We got two young guys on the crew right now. One's a pro staffer, one's a field staffer.
That's cool.
We're gonna see what happens for next year. Hopefully add some more on.
What about y'all's deer season? Our deer season's kind of like boring. It starts in September and it runs straight through till January. But don't yours kind of jumps around a little bit, or how's it work up there?
Yeah, so this is actually the last year that it's gonna run like this, because next year they're gonna try a whole bunch of new things, which I agree and disagree on some of them. But right now, early archery season starts first week October, and it actually just ended yesterday.
Gotcha.
Then you've got a 2-week break, and then it's youth weekend for rifle. So the youth under 16, I believe, can go out and shoot either sex of a deer. And then rifle season starts right in, goes through the month of November. I believe it's the week after Thanksgiving that ends, and then it's another weekend space, and then you have late archery and muzzleloader, and that's it for the year. Next year, sounds like they're trying to make it similar to you guys. They want to have a longer archery season. Archery season will span from September all the way to December, but it'll stop. It'll stop during rifle season.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely different. Some different stuff than what we're used to. But I knew some states had a short season or just a 2-week bow season or gun season or whatever. So I didn't know how it worked.
Yeah.
Up that way.
Works out nice for a lot of people around here though, because New York is only right across the lake from us. Doesn't take very long to get there, so the season's kind of split. So they'll jump over there and hunt, and then they'll come back here and hunt back and forth.
Gotcha. Man,
what
kind of? I was gonna say, what kind of bow are you hunting with? What setup wise? What all you got going on?
Right now, I'm hunting with a Matthew solo cam. I've got, of course, the one and only, the best strings on the market, the Archeryshack strings. I'm running the 5-pin fuse on it right now with a light, but I'm thinking about switching that out. I had the HHA adjustable on it, but I've got that on the target bow setup now. I also got Rattler grips on it. Kind of gives it a little bit of...
Oh, yeah.
Makes it different from everybody else's. Of course, it says Ghost 802 on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm running an HHA or QAD drop rest on that setup.
Very cool. How's like the 3D archery scene up that way? Y'all have a lot of clubs, or is it?
So it's actually fairly small around this state. There's, of course, the Vermont Bow Association has a select amount of shoots that they sponsor throughout the state. We have one here local in town that we help out with, and actually we actually shot at all of them this year. Next year is kind of a little kind of a secret at the moment, but up north there's going to be a new 3D shoot. I'm not going to give too many details about it, but we're going to be running that shoot.
That'll be good.
To try to get more of them around. A lot of the shoots around here, people use them to either get ready for season or to practice up for the big tournaments out of the state, New York, New Hampshire, Massachusetts.
Gotcha.
And then our local archery shop here in town, Rack and Reel, they just put an indoor range in.
That's good.
He's gonna tell you all about it. They just put an indoor range in, so they're gonna start leagues indoors. There's a handful of guys around here that want to start shooting Lancaster, Vegas, and whatnot.
That'd be cool.
Also,
what kind of
this year?
What month does y'all's 3D stuff start? Because like here, it's plenty warm enough in January to where we start shooting 3D. But I would imagine there's like snow on the ground still, through.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's most of the people pick their stuff up throughout the winter. There's a club up north that has a shoot in May, but most of them all kick off in June.
Gotcha.
And then they go, the last shoot was just here in September, the end of September was the last shoot around here. And then
Gotcha.
They've all kind of, now it'll go to indoor.
Yeah. And see, like down here, there's a little bit of indoor, but not much because it's so warm. It's just, even in the winter, it's not bad. So we just go straight to 3D almost. But I like indoor, but we don't have a whole lot of it.
Yeah, I've just started getting into it myself, actually. That's why I used to use my hunting setup for 3D just because it got me conditioned for the season.
Yeah.
Then I found that if you want to actually be in the competitive level, it's actually really amazing what you can do with a target bow and as far as dialing them in.
Oh, yeah.
Getting them so they're driving tacks.
Yeah.
Versus your hunting setup. The hunting setup is a little bit harder. I've learned to do that with.
Yeah.
So I'm running 2 bows now for that reason.
Very cool. We got some questions that came in, and we figured we could all three kind of talk about them. TJ, you got them?
Yeah, we got one of them, I don't know if it come from Facebook or if it come from by text, but is a 35-inch axle-to-axle bow too long to hunt with?
I had a guy come in earlier, and he had a 35-inch bow. You dealt with him, actually.
Yep.
And that's what he was saying. He said, I really don't feel like this bow's too long to hunt with. And I said, I've hunted with longer. If I had my choice of the matter now, I'd probably get something short, but I don't think it's too long to hunt with. I think it's a good all-around bow. You could 3D, you could hunt, you could do whatever with it. But
to me, 35 is, if you're going to do a little bit of everything, tournament-wise, hunting-wise, or anything, it's just an all-around good axle-to-axle length for me. So, I don't see why you couldn't hunt with it.
Now, it's got its limitations as far as hunting in a blind and whatnot, but it's all hunt-specific, I would say. But I agree with you. It's a all-around, use it for anything bow.
Yeah.
That was my problem last year. I actually switched from a PSC Stinger to the solo cam because the axle-to-axle is much shorter on the solo cam.
Yeah.
And actually shot at a turkey in that blind. And if it was a deer, I wouldn't have had any of that top cam hit the blind with the PSC.
Oh, yeah.
So, as far as blind hunting, probably not, depending on what you're using for a blind.
Yeah. And I was telling the guy today, I was like, people come in every year and they shoot out of a tree stand and it's got like a rail in the way.
Yep.
And that cam nails that rail and warps the cams. You got to be careful with that type of stuff.
Exactly.
Let's see. Next question we had, what's the best glue for fletching?
There's a ton of it out there. I've, for a while, been using, it's just the old Loctite gel. You can get it at like Walmart or somewhere, and it works fine for me. But I know there's Goat Tough always worked great, but I don't use it much anymore. There's different like liquid glues that work. AAE's got a good gel.
We use the AAE
fast set
weld here.
Yeah,
the fast set weld, but you gotta make sure you use that primer before.
Yeah, I've always had good luck with it. But now there's some veins. I'm glad you said something about the primer. there's some vanes you got to use like a primer pen or some acetone or something and clean the base of it, before you put the glue on. And then there's other vanes that say don't touch them, so you just got to read the pack and do whatever they recommend.
Yep. I'm pretty sure all the AAE vanes and whatnot require the primers.
Yeah.
Adhesion.
And I always feel better using like a primer pen because it's good and clean, and then you let it dry for a second, and then you hit it with the glue, and it welds on there.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned this actually. We didn't really talk about the hunting season here, but recently I actually just had an issue with my pulled back to draw on a 6. My knock came out of my arrow.
Man, sounds like my luck.
I don't know if it's. We were talking about. I don't know if it was the weather around here or what, being really warm, and then all of a sudden it got really cold that weekend, and I don't know if the knock swelled enough or shrunk or whatever.
Man,
I never had that happen, so I ended up actually taking just a little dab of that glue we were talking about, putting it on the knock, sliding it back in there, and on the arrow to make sure it was good to go.
Yeah. What else we got, T-Bob?
Let's see. While we're on the fletching talk, can I shoot a straight fletch with a broadhead?
Most people are not. I don't know that it's according to what broadhead you're shooting, but a straight fletch is probably not going to give enough drag on the back of the arrow to make it. I mean, I'm not saying it will absolutely not work, but for most broadheads, if you tried it, it would probably go crazy. You know what I mean? I usually shoot a pretty aggressive helical with my stuff, but just according to the broadhead and the setup, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. At least a good offset, Yep.
I don't know many people running a straight fletch anymore.
Me neither.
It's offset or something.
We've been playing around with our fletching setups for 3D shooting and as far as running with broadheads actually, and we're all running a split helical. And we all switched to 4-fletch. We seem to be getting more. We can reach out better with it, more accurately, and we're getting more speed out of that arrow.
What length fletching are you shooting?
So we're actually back and forth. I'm using the phone call was coming through. I think I've got the Super Maxes on one setup, the AE.
Yeah.
And then I've got the longer style. I don't remember what they're calling now. Oh, that one's got a different name on it right now because I've got a name on it. But I actually like the shorter fletchings myself.
That's what I like.
They seem to really get those arrows spinning and straight.
Yeah, I agree.
This is a good one because most everybody now is shooting a drop away. My drop away isn't dropping. How do I fix it?
Depends on the brand.
Yeah, I would guess that either the cord has stretched or whoever put it on there didn't time it right to start with. But if I guess the easiest way is to have somebody draw it back or you draw it back and have somebody watch it and make sure at that last inch or two, that it's coming on back. He didn't say what kind of rest it was, did he?
Nuh-uh. He didn't say.
I mean, it could be. It's just according to what I wish he'd have said. What rest? Because it could completely be something wrong with the rest. Or what I would bet though is the cord. The cord needs to be pulled a little tighter if it's a cable driven, and should fix it. And be careful because we had what was them old rest? The Revolution rest.
Yeah.
Come in.
The old Trophy Ridge Revolution.
The guy said it's not shooting right, and we shot it, and about shot an arrow through our finger because it exploded. But got to be careful with stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they make that one anymore. I think it was.
Yeah.
That was a limb driven or
cable.
It was a cable.
It was that one that like flipped, and it actually was a good idea,
mm-hmm.
but that scared me after that, which I should have probably looked at it more. But he was just like, something's not right, and I fired it off, and boom, it broke both launchers off, and plastic went everywhere, and the arrow. It was a mess.
Then the last question we had was how to sell a bow online.
We hear this a lot in the shop. but Facebook is decent, but getting worse because if you put anything about a weapon or a bow or a compound bow on there, they usually flag it and take it down because they say it's a weapon. So there's always archery talk, but then the only problem with archery talk to me is you gotta PayPal somebody kind of blindly. You don't send it friends and family, send it goods and services. That way you can get your money back if they don't ship it. But and then eBay, eBay, but it charges like 10 or 12% of the sale price, so that's kind of a big chunk.
Yeah, exactly. My only thing about the selling online thing, is it's kind of hard to find buyers sometimes because like myself, I'm very hesitant about buying something like that.
Yeah.
Offline from somebody that might be in another state or whatnot, because you don't know, has that bow been dry fired? Has it been taken care of properly? So it's one of those things where you kind of post it up and hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah.
And find the right person.
I know a guy that sold. Oh yeah, I know a guy that sold his Matthews online, and I guess I don't know how it worked, but the guy got the bow, filed a claim, got his money back, closed down the PayPal account, and he never got he ended up with no money. And like you say, it was like six or eight states over, so there's nothing he can really do. Yep. So that kind of sucks. But be careful, definitely.
If you're going to sell online, ask for references, because most people, where you put in these groups on Facebook, they'll say, I have references or something like that. Reach out to those people and make sure who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a block buyer in those groups or something like that too.
Yeah.
That you can go in and check who you're dealing with. So, that's just something else you can do. And, if you use PayPal, always use goods and services. That way, if something does go wrong,
you get your money back.
You can get your money back.
How many, is there a lot of shops in Vermont around you, or is there around here? It seems like they're closing pretty quick around here, just, I guess, for different reasons, but.
So archery actually is so when I kind of got back into it myself, I used to shoot archery back in the yard with my father when I was younger, but kind of grew away from it. When I got back into it the last 10 years or so here, there wasn't a lot of representation of archery anywhere. Within the last 3 to 4 years, that's crazy. Buying bows, everybody wants to go to these 3D shoots. Everybody wants to. That Totally Archery Challenge came to Vermont this year. That really got a lot of people in the state.
Yeah.
So it used to be there was like 3 or 4 little mom and pop little shops you can go in and get your bow tuned on, and they could order you up a bow if you wanted one out of a magazine or whatnot. Recently, they just had their anniversary. I cannot remember how many years, which is terrible of me, that they've been open now, but Rack and Reel, which I was just speaking about, which is right here in town. They're a full bow shop, bow tune, and they got the range so you can try.
That's good.
There's another one up north that's called Pelkey's. That one's been around for years. And that one used to really actually kind of be the main place for people to go get bows and deal with bows, other than Dick's or the Walmart or whatnot.
Yeah.
But of course, with all these other shops around now, nobody's stopping at those and buying bows, because you can buy the whole setup, but you're not getting it tuned correctly. So really, Vermont, actually, archery's really taken off. My only worry with that is the next year, another one of their little rules they're changing as far as archery goes is crossbow. They're going to be allowing anybody to be running crossbows instead of used to just be handicapped. Used to be handicapped or 50 or older, but now it'll be anybody, which I think is good for some kids. Maybe it might get them out of the sport. Can't pull a bow back, or some women or whatnot. But as far as everybody, I don't know. I agree and disagree with that.
That kind of happened. That happened here about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It went from you had to have like a doctor's note to okay, everybody go for it, and I don't know. We worked on a lot more of them. I never really cared for them, but it just was one of those. There's so many people shooting them.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they're not going anywhere. I mean, but like you say, and I agree with you. For kids, because I mean, my son's 4 now, so next year if he wants to go, I can get a crossbow and let him shoot in the backyard.
Yeah.
I just have to cock it for him, and he can kill a deer when he's 5 years old.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
killed my first deer at like 10 or 11. So to get a little jump start, I think it's great for the kids. And, there's a lot of women now shooting them that wouldn't be anywhere interested in outdoors. So, I see it as a good thing. And, they're here to stay. So,
yeah, they're not going anywhere.
Agreed. But yeah, our indoor season's coming up. Usually around right after hunting season, December, end of December here, indoor season kind of starts. What little one we got, so everybody's kind of starting to talk about it a little bit, and everybody's talking about the new bows coming out.
Yep.
I seen Elite came out with 2 bows this week.
The Result.
Yes, they did.
The Cure.
Yeah,
I think it is.
And the Cure was the hunting bow.
Yeah.
I should have brought up the specs, but I didn't. But it looks like pretty nice bows, and it's got that PSC thing where you can adjust the limb cup, left and right and that type of thing. So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of glad Elite's done something because there's been a lot of rumors about them, and this seems like a good step in the right direction.
And they also come out with adjustable draw mods on the cams.
I think so.
Yeah, it's basically like the whole PSC Evolve cam system.
Yeah.
Well, similarities as far as adjustability. I've done some reading up on it actually. I keep him and on about switching over.
Yeah.
Setup.
Yeah, Elite's always made a nice smooth bow, but this one looks pretty sharp.
It's 31 inches axle to axle, 4.6 pounds, and 335 feet per second.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, not bad. I think Prime's coming up next week for their release.
Yeah, I think it's next Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday.
Matthews and Hoyt's will be the week after that, I think. I don't know about Bowtech. Somebody said they may be releasing something this month, but I don't know.
Let's see. Looks like they got some pretty cool colors.
Yeah, that's good. Another thing I had to talk about was alt back tuning. That guy came in this morning, did all that. And he was kind of asking, what does this do? And I, pretty much explained it gets the rest perfectly square, to where it's hitting the same spot left and right at 20 yards as it is at 5 yards, as it is at 60 yards. We put some videos out about alt back tuning, but hopefully people can watch that and kind of. I don't remember who told me to talk about that, but somebody did.
I mean, walkback tuning is, fairly simple. I mean,
oh yeah,
you can go to YouTube, watch our video or whatnot. And to get a good, get it perfect, it doesn't take a lot. You don't have to have any special wrenches or anything like that. So, it's pretty simple.
But
yeah, we do a lot of paper tuning ourselves here. It seemed to work. I've used I think it was you actually that mentioned it in one of your videos, the whole lipstick deal, marking the end, so you can tell whether it's your tip or your tail hitting cutting the paper. It seemed to work really well for me. Gets my bows dialed in pretty well. And then if I do the walkback tuning, it throws everything out of whack for some reason. So I got to either do one or the other, and that's what I got to do.
Yeah. Man. Well, that's all the questions I had on my thing. So we appreciate you being with us.
Yep.
And we'll get this thing put together, and we'll get everybody to watch. And it's neat being our first.
I guess you'd say live
or virtual webcam.
Yeah,
whatever we're doing. I lost the
virtual. Yes, it large.
Yeah, something fancy. I don't know what we've done.
I don't know,
but anyway, I'm sure we'll have you back on. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be glad to come back on.
Well, hope y'all enjoyed that. Got to talk to Shane from Vermont. I'm sure it's going to be getting super cold up there. I wouldn't even know how to act in all kind of snow every day. Or he said their 3D season don't even start till what, May or June? That'd be crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just stuff we don't think about, But
down here in the heat.
yeah, down here in the heat. Usually by our prime season, is like springtime.
Yep.
March, April, May is perfect because it's like 60, 70, sometimes hotter, and then it's not that cold at night. And then by prime summertime, it's too hot to shoot.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine living in that kind of cold and snow and all that stuff. That would be crazy.
Yep.
But hopefully we can do more of these Skype type calls and record it. We'll see how this one goes and how the audio worked out and all that type of stuff. I'm sure we're going to have some background noise, but I guess it's just the nature of the beast, the way we're doing it.
Yep.
But if anybody be interested in being on the podcast, just let us know. It'd be neat to talk to people from all over, not just in our little area here in South Carolina. But we definitely appreciate Shane for coming on and being our first distance podcaster.
Yeah.
We were initially just going to have him call in, and I'm sure the audio would have been better. But then I was like, it'd be better. What if we could put him on the screen for the YouTube part of it? So that's why we went the Skype route. But appreciate you, Shane. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next week to talk about whatever you want to talk about archery-wise, bow hunting-wise. We appreciate you listening, and we will talk to y'all next week.
Y'all have a good one.
See y'all.